Rating amoebas.
It should be the one up now. And yeah, it's up. Says it is anyway. There it goes. Liver King. Liver King. Liver King.
Hold on, I got something going on. No, Sam. Sam, no. No, not right now. Not right now. Not right now. It's just another dog. Sam, not right now.
Oh, wow. She gets like that.
Well, it's dark. Sam,
Oh, yeah.
no. Kick it down. Kick it down. Yeah, when nighttime comes, I think she's afraid of the dark, really.
She might be. A lot of dogs are.
But when nighttime comes, she, okay. So the lady looks like she's walking away. If I can. It's just another dog that's around here. Sam, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to. But yeah, hold on. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. We're good. We're on.
All right, hold on. Let me get some shit going then.
Yeah,
Damn
go
it,
ahead.
Sam. Stop. No, you better keep your ass right here. Okay, new live, Liver King. Okay. All right, hold on. Now I got you. Let me put you on mute.
All right. Hopefully you can see it. All right, good to go. All right, so well, I'm getting ready to try. But anyway, guys, the thing is, this video has only been out for about 2 days now, maybe 3. It started showing up online. It is interesting to watch. I don't know if this man is a product of the internet or he is a product of what he eats or what he does. Most of you do know who he is. You have to know who he is. You've seen him on Instagram. You've seen him on YouTube. You've seen him on maybe Netflix. I mean, there was a big deal about him using steroids and everything else because he always says that he only ate a strict carnivore diet. Now incorporating fruits and vegetables. You know, but there was a steroid confession. He did say. Now there was a Netflix doc. It happened in May 2025, last year. Untold, the Liver King. Johnson's his name, by the way. Denounced and criticized the carnivore diet and his promotion of it. Apparently, he didn't want people to follow him. But there's something you need to know about this individual. He is extremely unstable. He has a huge fan base. And, well, I don't know how else to say that he is this crazy. Now, what we're specifically talking about tonight is the events that happened after the Joe Rogan meltdown in June 2025. Johnson was arrested in Austin Four Seasons Hotel after posting a video challenge to Rogan to a fight. He said, man to man, I'm picking a fight with you, despite having no martial arts training. He challenged Rogan, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, something I would never do. And Johnson was ordered to get psychiatric evaluation and face restraining order, keeping him 200 yards from Rogan. The charges were eventually dropped. But here's the thing. This video has, like I said, up until 3 days ago, hasn't been released.
Joe Rogan with another man.
And hopefully you can hear it.
Welcome to Texas, Joe Rogan. My name is Liver King.
A series of videos posted by social media influencer Liver King leaves his followers increasingly concerned. But when he arrives in Austin claiming he's there to pick a fight with podcast host and media personality Joe Rogan, police are forced to step in.
Can this video of me being in this container Can it go on social media?
The following is based on official police records to date, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. On June 23, 2025, 47-year-old fitness influencer Brian Liver King Johnson posted this video to Instagram.
Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. My name's Liver King. Man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. I have zero training in jiu-jitsu. You're a black belt. You should dismantle me, but I'm picking a fight with you.
The next day, Brian posted another video revealing that he'd arrived in Austin, Texas, the home of Joe Rogan's podcast studio.
Just pulling up to the capital.
Well, let me know if you guys can hear it, okay? Or if there's something wrong.
The capital of Texas. What's the capital of Texas? What's the capital of Texas? Houston. It's Houston. Guess what? You're
Officers with the Austin Police Department locate Brian at a hotel and move in to arrest him on a misdemeanor warrant, hoping to avoid negative publicity through an altercation with a high-profile influencer. They move through the hotel covertly without their uniforms and speak with him directly. Brian agrees to go with the officers, first taking a moment to say a prayer with his team.
To discern what matters, nothing that doesn't. To discern what matters, to be profitable with time. Bridge the gap, the delta of perfect and to good life. King's time, that's walking with the light, that's God's time. That's your time. That we can protect us, take well enough, walk in your light, God.
We're gonna go down this way.
Everything is the truth, nothing is a lie. You should be recording everything, and you should have cams and loading, and then you and Dustin are taking turns to live stream it, and or make sure that you just post everything you can as soon as you can. Okay, so this is today, and that's the truth.
They escort Brian outside and check him for weapons, but allow him to keep his cell phone.
Set all the way, I have handcuffs. Good. Hold on, let me figure that out real quick. Hold on, 1 second. I'm mobile, bro. I can do. Okay, that'll work.
How do you feel about that?
That's fine. You guys put handcuffs on people in the back of the car?
Yeah, everyone's got no handcuffs.
Inside the car though? How come?
Department policy. Yeah.
Because it seems pretty protected.
I mean, I thought this guy had been arrested before. That's what I understand. Everyone said he'd been arrested before. How have you not been put in the back of a police car without handcuffs?
Thanks, that's one back.
What day is it? Today's Monday? Monday or Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday.
Oh my God, it's Tuesday. I was supposed to have all my meetings today. Every day is someone else's day. And today, Tuesday, is the day that I transact with the outside world. And I'm just thinking I hope that somebody on my behalf will share that I'm not transacting now with the outside world today.
Where are you from originally?
Puerto Rico.
Oh, really?
Naval base. And my wife is from Poland. I'm telling people now, from now on, I'm from Poland actually, because we went to every base, So where are you really from? You know what? I'm from the friendliest state in the world, the best country in the world. It's called Texas. You know what Texas means, bro? Do you know?
No.
It actually is like Spanish. Tejas is Spanish for friendly. Yeah, Texas is pretty friendly. But you know what I love about how friendly it is? We can only be this friendly because we can also be as dangerous as it allows us to be with these laws that make this great place called this place. But I'm kind of telling people, my roots are Poland and Texas. Sure.
Brian arrives at the station and is escorted to an interrogation room, where he remains uncertain why he's even here in the first place.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be, what was that? Am I arrested?
You are, yeah.
And they don't tell you why?
Yeah, the lead detective will give all that information to you. It's a terrorist threat, is what it's called.
Is it Texas or FBI?
We're with the Austin Police Department, so Texas.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang tight for me, Mr. Johnson.
Okay.
It's only for you in your show.
Okay.
What an idiot.
Wow. I didn't see that one coming, but it came. And it's awesome. I'll take that for $1.
According to police records, Brian posted another video in which he was seen carrying a medieval axe, as well as a black box with a Joe Rogan Experience sticker on the top. Though he was secretive about the box's contents, investigators would later find out what was inside.
Terrorist. Wow. Terroristic. I have to tell you here. In the state of Texas, I don't have to tell you. They can just arrest you. I don't know how you get out of this box. How long do you spend in the box? Do they tell you how long you spend in the box? Can this video of me being in this container, can it go on social media?
The detective finally arrives,
Wow.
but his attempt at an introduction is quickly shut down.
I don't know if you have any involvement with law enforcement. I just kind of want to tell you about myself.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna skip all that. I don't want to know about you. You want to know about me. And so let's skip everything about you, and whatever you want to know about me or the situation, let's elucidate that as fast as possible.
Okay, absolutely, sir.
Wow, all about him. Is this the society we're reading, the society that we're making, or is this the kind of person that is coming out of the woodwork?
I respect that.
The detective reads Brian his Miranda rights, then asks if he understands each of them.
There's one that I don't. If I have the right to terminate this interview at any time, what would happen next?
And then you and I are done talking.
And then can I leave?
Yes, sir. You'll be arrested and go down to the jail.
Oh, so I'm not arrested?
You are arrested. That's what I'm saying. When we're done talking.
Okay, I'll terminate this interview.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Okay.
Come on, Jeff. Let's go.
Do you mind? I saw that you had your phone on. Do you mind if I have that? You're not allowed to have the phone in here per policy.
Oh, I already posted everything that I had in here.
Okay.
Is that okay? Because do I need to undo that?
No, that's fine. But just.
So you're asking me the question, if it's a demand, you guys can do whatever you need to do. But you said, do you mind? Yeah, I mind. It's my phone, and it's what I have on me right now. So maybe there's a protocol, and you should use different language.
Well, I don't want to demand, I don't want to be disrespectful or any sort of, I'm trying to show you the utmost respect. So I'm just asking. Okay, I'm just asking. You don't think I'm being respectful, do you?
Well, think about this. You said, do you mind? Yeah, I mind. So the answer is yes, I mind.
Okay. Can you give me your phone?
I could.
Will you give me your phone, please?
I would like not to do that.
Okay.
He asks for his phone one more time, but Brian once again refuses to hand it over. On that note, the detective leaves the room, and Brian continues the conversation alone.
Post that one also. Posted that one, we'll post the next one too. What happens next? What happens next? Well, I take you down to the jail is next. Okay, so I could just interview with you and then go to the jail, or I could skip that line and go straight to the jail. New experiences, new information, collect more points. We already did it in Poland. Yeah, in Poland. Yeah.
Does he think he's in a video game? Is that how it is? Does he think he's like player ready one? He's the number one character in whatever he's living. I guess he is. I guess we all are, and we're all our main character. But last time I checked, we don't collect experience points for dumb shit that we do.
That can happen too, and it did. And so we kind of have a little bit of a reputation, a little bit of experience in jail. And I learned a lot, so I collected more points, adventure, novelty. The evolutionary hunter, that's what you do. You go out into a new adventure, accept the risk. Hopefully it's commensurate with a reward. Hopefully that you can make a calculated risk that geometrically magnifies the reward, but never at the risk of like self, really, unless the reward is worth it.
According to police records, an officer with the Violent Crimes Task Force spoke with Brian's executive protection employee, Justin. When asked about the contents of the black box donning the Joe Rogan podcast sticker, Justin claimed it held 2 custom-made staccato pistols that were meant to be gifts for Joe Rogan.
So to know your high swords, your 4 of them, decision-making matrix. 2-way doors, just go. Fire, fire, aim. 1-way doors, spend some time to aim. Maybe aim, fire, depending on how one-way it is. And then 1-way, let's go to jail for a little bit. I've already done that, but maybe I'll learn something new in the process. We'll collect some more points and do some squats. Not real squat.
Like, he must have had it in his brain that he was going to have a duel with Joe Rogan. Can you imagine these two motherfuckers standing off, spinning around and shooting at the count of 10 or 12 or whatever it is they do?
It's like the ones that you kind of do, like the pistol variety. The ones that
Just watch. The phone thing's taken care of shortly.
count. Oh, you probably won't get his attention, even. But what happened is, you picked a fight, Joe Rogan, with another man, a real one. Maybe a worthy one. Maybe not the one that you thought you'd pick a fight with. And so now there's real consequences. And then you'll just make this one stronger in jail. For how long will I be here, do you think? What law did I break? Which law did I break? Whoa, Joe Rogan, you compromised something big. It's the state of Texas. You allowed this to be happening. You wanted it to happen.
Records state that officers spoke with Joe Rogan himself, who was made aware of the threats by his own security team. Joe Rogan claimed he'd never had any sort of contact with Brian, and was unaware of why he would be targeting him. He went on to say that he feels that Brian appears to be, quote, significantly unstable and seems like he needs help.
That's kind of cool, right? You're arrested by the Violent Crimes Division. You know what's not cool is to be called a terrorist. That's not cool. A terroristic threat. That's not cool when your home is Texas. And then the person that's hoping to put you there is not from Texas. He's not. He's from California, y'all. Yeah, you know what we do from outsiders? It's like Pace Picante style. Get a rope.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he's pissed off that Joe Rogan come from California to Texas and set up shop there. Maybe that's the problem.
Not a threat, it's like commercial. And that's in principle, that's what Texans do. We honor that kind of friendly. Welcome to Texas, Joe Rogan. My name is Liver King. Who do I want to fight? Who am I picking a fight with? Joe Rogan. What week is it? Rogan versus Liver King week. No, actually, that was wrong. The week is the same as the password for the free Wi-Fi. It's you, Joe Rogan, with a thank you mark.
Many of Brian's followers expressed their concerns with his mental state after he posted the following video.
Because I'm here all week, I don't know if you heard. Rogan versus Liver King, period, C-O-M. All week, this week. It started on Monday. It's gonna go.
I think he's, how old is he? You're not going to believe it by looking at it. Right now, I want you to guess how old you think he is. Real quick. This is the image of a 48-year-old man. Does 48 years? No, he's 48. He's 48. Does 48 years do this to a guy? I guess I can't really talk. I mean, I'm older than he is, but damn, do I look this bad?
Through at least Friday. I may go over the weekend, but no longer than that. I'm going to record a lot of videos this week. And then I'm not going to record any for a long time.
Brian takes out his phone and plays what appears to be a recording of himself, captured just moments ago in the interrogation room. He listens as he waits for officers to collect him.
What's up, man?
So,
Hello, sir. Turn around.
turn around.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna place you in handcuffs for right now. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. Appreciate you. Where's your phone at, sir?
In my pocket.
The phone continues to play on the table as they remove the remainder of his property. He's then transported to the local jail.
Would it be funny if I told you I had another phone on me?
Ooh, crap.
Well, that would be a little fun, and because they're supposed to take a bunch of stuff from you the first time,
Yeah.
and then they leave a lot of stuff, and then sometimes that happens again. That would be funny, right?
Might be a little funny, yeah. Brian, I don't know all your backstory. Where are you from?
If you don't mind, I'm not going to be as friendly as I normally am.
Really up to you.
Yeah.
The following day, Brian posted a $20,000 bond and was released from jail. As a condition of his release, he was ordered to have no contact with the victim or his family and to wear a GPS monitor. The next morning, Brian posted a new video to Instagram, suggesting he still has future plans involving Joe Rogan.
If anybody knows where Seth Rogen's, the other version of him that rhymes with blow, if anyone knows where his family's going to be today, if you could let my team know so that we can stay within 200 yards, not close to them, to stay away from them. Oh, please, actually, I redact that. Don't do anything to their family. If anyone who's around us can alert us that there might be anyone with the last name Rogan around, then I'll happily go the other 200 yards. This thing will help me make sure. You know how good that feels on the ankle? And then we're going to go to the Capitol at 7 p.m. every day. We'll be at the Capitol where they make laws. Rogan versus Liver King. I'm picking a fight.
According to court documents, 47-year-old Brian Liver King Johnson was charged with terroristic threat causing fear of imminent serious...
Why would you do that? Why would you go to the courthouse or the Capitol and try to get them to pass a law for this dude to fight Joe Rogan? I mean, this is some weirdness. Weird, I don't know.
Bodily injury. His case was dismissed in November of 2025, following the completion of required counseling classes.
I don't think it
Get
helped
less
him.
restricted content and an unfiltered look at our cases.
Look how much
extended
cash this guy's got.
join us on Spotify and see what you've been missing.
All right, guys, that is that. Tuck, you can unmute now. I am looking for my sources. And ta-ta. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
Okay.
yeah, that is the great Liver King,
adrenaline, isn't it?
huh?
Hold on. So steroids are fucking are adrenaline. I can understand what he's going through. He's fucking coming down. When you come down, your brain chemistry is so fucking wild off. You sound like a fucking babbling baboon. It's fucking humiliating as shit.
Yeah, he still wants to fight him, though.
He still what?
He still wants to fight him.
Well, of course, you got adrenaline. Adrenaline gives you, when you have like, I don't know. When I learned to embrace the adrenaline rushes that I get versus like being scared of them, I started to notice certain things. If you've noticed, I've started getting a little bit more aggressive, because I've embraced the overall. I've embraced that part of me. And, if he's doing it on purpose, then, there's a part of it that's going to make you continuously aggressive. There's a part of it that is because your brain chemistry is going all over the place because of how much energy it's like. After I come down from an adrenal rush, I need to sleep at least 2 or 3 hours just for my body to recover. And then like I go through depression and all kinds of emotional swings just to rebalance after I get one of those rushes. So I can only imagine what this guy's going through.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, this guy's all messed up. I mean, he was on steroids. He admitted to being on steroids. We know he had some steroid use, but he only eats, or at that time, he only ate meat, livers. He'd eat them raw, man. Watch this guy. He only eats meat. He's added some vegetables, I think now. I guess that's good. But
That's good.
But he only eats meat. And he eats most of it raw.
Oh, that's gross.
He has a table where he lives. and they'll show up on there and they'll be talking to him. And and we're not talking like a little bit here. We're talking like half a fucking cow, man. This guy is wild when it comes to it. And he claims this is what gave him his body, what gave him his muscle complex. And the guy is strong, admittedly. And I mean, he actually did look better than he did now. But like I said, I don't know, this is nuts. But I think social media played, and that's the other thing too. Social media played a whole lot in putting this man together. And I think that is the one evolution of a character we are starting to create in society. We're going to see people behave like that. We already see Mr. Beast doing the things he does. We see this guy doing this thing. You just go over and say, well, this is what I want to do. So this is what they think. You have this guy who thinks he can pick a fight with whoever. Go out and pick a fight with somebody he doesn't like. We're seeing teenagers do speed runs and Scientology buildings and now other churches and things. We're seeing people behaving as if they're playing in video games. The human mind is starting to fracture and crack. But yeah, I don't know. I want to show that tonight. Don't know why, but I thought I would. And I asked Tuck if he wanted to stay on, which I told him, I said we'd probably be done at 12, but I'm wrong. I am. It's 10:30, and which is, I guess, longer.
And you're already ready to get off?
Yeah, I mean, that's all I had for that. I mean, I actually thought the video was longer, but I'm kind of glad it wasn't. And I mean, I'm not. We don't have to get off. I'm just saying as of the content for the Liver King, that is all I had.
Okay. Well, I don't. I can identify with the guy a little bit just because of like what I deal with. I'm just curious, from a biological standpoint, because it doesn't seem like modern medicine really knows how to deal with or handle me. At least from my experience. Like, is this something that's like a rare anomaly, or is this something that is like that is common, or is this like is this more like an environmental response to have to be like that?
To be what exactly?
Okay, so I have, like I told you yesterday, I had my first adrenal rush at 15. I just come home from church.
That is a natural.
I understand that, but to have it to this frequency, this often, like even today, somebody came up and grabbed Sam from behind, and if I didn't have a phone in my hand, I probably would have swung on the dude.
Yeah, you're talking about like another form of panic attacks.
But it's not a panic attack. It
still will be classified as one, because panic attacks are traditionally, some of them are caused by adrenal rushes, changes in the hormones. People react and respond a certain way. What it is more is you probably should figure out, is there something causing your adrenal glands? Like, for example, I have on my kidneys, I have a tumor in there, and it slowly gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's not cancerous, but what it does, it eats adrenaline and it eats testosterone.
Okay.
So it's sitting there, it's eating, which causes this other imbalance in my body, and makes me have fits of anger sometimes.
For me, my trigger has generally been if somebody violates person or property. That's generally like if because I have my closed boundaries, and once you violate those boundaries, it's like you might as well.
Well, that is basically what they were worried about, the de-evolvement of man. And what they said is, as man started to de-evolve, the human mind, as you start losing it. And I mean, they modeled zombies off of this. I mean, this is where the whole thing, how human mind starts to de-evolve and they become a certain way. And you see this a lot in a lot of people who are actually in your situation. You see this.
Oh yeah, I noticed. I've gone
you see
primal.
this.
I'm a
You
little
see this.
feral.
You see this in people who live alone. You see this in people who do other things. But you start to de-evolve. Your social structures and norms and stuff start to change, and you get set in your ways. And it doesn't help as you grow older, because as you grow older, the human mind thinks it's right, and it is stuck in those ideas. And you get physically upset and mad when someone questions those, or when someone questions certain boundaries, or when someone questions or crosses certain lines, and you snap. And just like Liver King here, he's 40, what is it, 48, 49, whatever, 48. And, I'm sure he had some of those set up in his mind, and with all of his probably drug abuse and what he's doing to his body and everything else, he had some of these snaps. He had some of these old man settings. There's a reason we hear about the meme or the old saying, get off my lawn. I mean, there's something that made that individual snap to make that whole thing.
Well, you spend your life accumulating shit. You ain't got very much, and you just want people to leave it alone. It's yours.
Yeah. So, I mean, people are like that. And, you have those clashes, and you have environments. Some people are more violent than others, and other people are more reclusive and jump back. And
I think part of that for me is my environment. Like, not this environment, but growing up. Just because, if I didn't win the fight, I got my ass kicked when I got home, so I always made sure to win the fight.
See, that's one of the big issues when it comes to social media, because social media is telling us that if we continue going down the path that we're going to de-evolve as man. We're going to become more primal. We're going to become technological, but we're going to become a technological version of primal.
So we're going to become the Klingons.
Yes, there's literally, well, other than that, there's literally not a name for what science expects us to turn into. And I mean, it is very, very well possible. If you look at all this other stuff, like the stuff we talked about tonight, the stuff we've been talking about, and you look at all of this stuff, like the amoebas and the screwworms and the fleas, and not want us to go anywhere. It seems like they want us to stay inside as well. They want us to stay on our devices and our computers and our things and lock ourselves in and not go out and breathe the same air they want us to breathe. This will cause a de-evolvement of humans, because we will get to the point where we're scared to go outside. We will get to the point, just like during COVID, we will get to the point where we will live, if we can afford it, or we can figure out some way to do it, we will literally live in a home that has been hermetically sealed, that has ways to kill parasites and stuff like that, scan our food, drink super filtered water, and be this weird friggin' feral technological version of ourselves.
Dude, you just explained my fucking paradise. I'd love a house like that. That'd be nice. Fucking never see it. But see, the thing is like, I'm antisocial, but because of all of the face-to-face communications I've had to do throughout my life, I still have a part of me that likes to be social. But I could see where. But how is that devolving, man?
Because you're not having the interactions with society, and you're starting to lose characteristics, so you don't know how to approach a situation. So in order for society to continue and to function and to go on, people must meet each other and communicate. And, just like fucking country politics and stuff like that, if I had nukes and somebody else had nukes, and, we stopped talking to each other for for 20 years, and then all of a sudden we thought one said something bad about us, we might just decide to go ahead and nuke them. I mean, we definitely would pick a fight with them. So, I mean, it's you ever read The Time Machine, the book by H.G. Wells? Huh?
I've watched the movie.
You know how there's two groups of people, one that goes underground and one that stays above.
Possibly. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie. You talking about the one where the guy gets to save his girlfriend from getting shot or something like that?
No, that's the
Time Machine.
No, the time machine is dude gets in the time machine. No, he got shot and he dies at the end, I think. But this is the H.G. Wells thing. This is where he built a time machine back in the 1800s, and he goes back. He goes back, and then he goes forward in time, and he gets to this place where after all this stuff changes and everything else, and something big happens in the world. You have men separate at some point. One group goes down, one group stays up. The ones up de-evolve and become primal and stuff, and hunt and eat people back like they went back to the caveman. The ones down below had evolved to a point where they couldn't function in the upside world, and they had these large brains and what have you. And you had one that went with technology and hid in bunkers, and you had one that lived to whatever was happening to them. I think it was a solar storm that was causing everybody to turn back into cavemans. I don't know. It was something. But that is basically what we're going after here. Something happened to two groups of population, and those populations splitting, and maybe that even connects in with the whole time travel thing. Maybe those time travel things or whatever, not time travel, those aliens are versions of us from the other sideline that's trying to come back to save us now. And I don't know, maybe all this is supposed to happen.
No one's coming to save us.
Huh?
No one is coming to save us.
Oh, trying to save us.
No one's coming to save us. There's no benevolent beings or anything else like that. They're not coming here to save us. And if they are here, it's for their own selfish means. And they're even open about it. But it just I had a couple of points. I kind of forgot them as I was listening. I know one is like, okay, let's just say that there is that there was genetic manipulation. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So what you were telling me was it reminds me of the story of Nocadamian. Okay, so the story of Nocadamian is that billions and billions of years ago, there was this man that was named Nocadamian, and he was spiritually advanced, and he was so spiritually advanced that he was one of the quickest people in all of their society's history to evolve to the point where he no longer needed the physical body, and he could evolve up the food chain, kind of like in Kabbalah, but. I don't remember if he was the first or if he was just the quickest, but he did it like over 87 billion years. Well, once he devolved into that point, his followers that were following him, because he was their spiritual leader, split into two. One went off and did normal evolution, and the other one went off and they did enhanced evolution. So they removed the aggressive gene. And then they realized, well, the importance of the aggressive gene, because it was part of self-defense, so they had to reinstitute it, create some genetically modified beings, which became you and me, that came here and cross-pollinated with the whole planet, which therefore passed the genetic deformity on. What if at the same point, the devolving is part of the genetic manipulation that we've had?
I don't know. I mean, at this point, anything is possible when it comes to any of this mess. I mean, I don't know, man. It is real easy to get burned out on this stuff.
I think if you're looking for facts, maybe, but I mean, if you're just expanding on the possibilities, I mean, dude, you could talk forever on that stuff.
Some of it you can. Some of it you run into. I mean, that's the reason why it's conspiracies. You run into brick walls. You can't go beyond a certain point. You keep pulling at those strings, and you finally just you hit a wall you can't get over because either someone's put a barrier there, or it's not meant for you to cross. Same way with religion. It seems like everything is set up for us to wonder, to know, or whatever.
I don't think so. I think that this is the illusion of man. Man is too busy trying to put himself above nature.
Which makes me think it's all simulation.
I don't think it's simulation. I think really what we should say is intentional illusions for
I don't know if I can go there now.
ulterior motives.
Now.
Okay, I can give you a perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example. The Constitution says the citizens of the several states. It actually puts the power in the states' hands. We sit here every day and we talk about the states, but we're no longer citizens of the several states. We're citizens of the United States. The 10th Amendment is no longer being followed. Our government operates in deficit. All these different things that they've done that are outside of the original intent of the Constitution. But yet we sit there and worship it and pretend that our country is a constitutional republic, and we live by this illusion. But yet we've allowed it, and in some cases we've even encouraged it to change into and morph into what we see now with a strong national government. So I mean, we are told an illusion. The Constitution. When you sign up for the military and you go take that oath, you're like, man, I'm a badass, because I took that oath. Until you realize, like, the Constitution doesn't even exist. It's in name only. It has been for 150 years. So
Well, I mean, aspects of it, or whatever, however you wanna toss it down. But you see, that
the whole
is that
thing.
is, but that is the acceptance. Oh, see, but the states still hold on to certain things, and they still restrict things the government does, and I mean, that's the
Not
reason.
necessarily, because
Yeah,
the
they do.
government.
They do
No,
because
okay,
they want states to do one thing, they don't do another. I mean,
okay.
yeah, I mean, sure, some stuff, but not all stuff. No, and I mean that's the idea. That is the idea that the Democrats want to sell you. They want to get you stuck on like what you were just saying there, so they can just do away with the Constitution, so they can do away with the idea of a constitutional republic. They
I
want
love
they want a full on democracy where it's just one place.
This isn't a democracy. It's a strong national government. It's a monarchy. Okay, and it's exactly what Thomas Paine warned us about. But you know what? The idea of a constitution, that's great and fantastic. But I live in reality, and we live in a dictatorship. I mean, I don't know
Well,
how
I
else
mean,
to put it.
maybe,
And we
but I
have
mean,
for
but still,
decades.
aspects of the Constitution do regulate. I mean,
Not really.
it does. You have the right to carry guns. You have the right to do all this other stuff. I mean, I was sitting here thinking the
Until
Constitution.
they make it a privilege.
Well,
And
no,
now it's a privilege.
see. I mean, I can't no. I mean, I can't go along
Does
with
it
that.
say felons can't own guns?
Actually, they can now.
No, but the Second Amendment doesn't say.
No, it don't. But it does. It doesn't say
Okay,
that.
so therefore it became a privilege because you allowed felons to decide. Because the
No.
state decided to create regulations that gun shops were forced to enforce, which therefore, yeah, it became a privilege. It's not a right; it's a privilege.
No, it's a right. It's always been a right.
No, it's a privilege.
When
Because
you
if it was a right, I could have a gun.
well, yeah, you can.
As
Why
a
can't
right,
you?
but as a privilege, no.
Yeah, you can.
No, I've been hospitalized within the last 5 years. I can't own a gun for
No,
longer than 2 years.
if is it a felony?
No, if you are hospitalized in a mental institution, like you go to the nut ward for your
Hospitalized for what?
Huh?
Hospitalized for what?
When I went in for fucking dysentery, I had to fucking go the unaliving route because they wanted me to wait 10 days and I had no access to water and I couldn't make it 10 feet
Well,
without sticking a pin.
that is because that is that reason. I mean, well, those are red flag laws and other things that are put in place because if a person has shown you're not that's not a
But
felon.
see, it becomes a
You're not a
privilege. Then it's a
felon.
privilege.
You're not
It's
a
a
no.
privilege. No,
It's
as
a
a
safety
right,
it's a safety mechanism. But you can
it's still a
appeal that.
privilege.
You can
No, it's
appeal
still a
that.
privilege.
You can
It's still a
appeal
privilege.
that.
Under a right is something that is given to you, cannot be taken away, cannot be legislated away. Your right to choose. The people can try and force that away from you, but you are the one that chooses to give that up or not. Okay, that's one of the only rights that you have in modern day that cannot be taken away from you because it's instinctually part of who you are. But it's a right. Or, excuse me, it's a privilege. Once they start dictating who can and
You're
can't have,
always
it stops being
the
a right and starts being a
Constitution. The
privilege.
Constitution intended you to bear arms for the
Okay,
protection
my
of
arms are bare right now.
to bear arms for the protection of the republic. Okay, the Constitution is based on the
For
Virginia
the to
Constitution.
form militias, and
Oh,
that's the other argument
I
that they
know,
throw in.
but if the Constitution didn't matter, didn't exist at all, then we would have wide sweeping things
But they're
happening in
going after
Virginia now.
militias. They're going after militias. They're going after
They
gun rights.
can't.
They're figuring like they made, oh, if you get this bump stock, you're not allowed, da da da.
All
So
of that's
it's
changed in Virginia now. I'm in Virginia. We're literally fighting that war right now. We have a Democrat governor, and we have a Democrat Congress, and we have a Democrat all fucked up Democrat, and they come in here and they pass these wide laws to get rid of assault weapons, bump stocks, everything else. Everything they have done has been stopped dead in its tracks by our court system the way it's supposed to act. I mean, everything is working that has been intended by both in the Constitution and in our state constitution. The way it's set up, the way it's supposed to work, everything has been stopped. Everything has been halted in process. We have made more grounds in gun regulation or anti-regulation this year than we've ever made in the history of America. Because there's always been people who want to take guns away from people because they're afraid that people will rise up against the government.
yes, but here's I think the real spirit of the Second Amendment is you have the right to self-defense. It's not you have the right to bear arms. You have the right to self-defense, and you have the right to choose how to defend yourself.
Well, you have the whole idea. I mean, is for you. Well, yeah, self-defense, but self-defense of your. See, a lot of people has singled all this out and gotten the idea that this is while it does say
Once you have to ask permission, it's no longer a right, it's a privilege. You have to go ask permission to own a gun when you go buy a gun. If you buy at black market, you're committing a crime. So therefore, it is not a right, it is a privilege.
But I mean,
You don't have to ask for permission.
I'm not debating the fact that
Guns today, the Second Amendment is no longer abided by. It is a privilege, not a right.
I'm saying to some degree, on the same way with speech.
No, some degree. If once you have to apply in legal terms, as legally defined, is to beg. Once you have to beg to own a gun, that therefore becomes a privilege, because only those who you have to beg for your privileges. Your rights are given to you, and you never have to ask for permission. I should be able to go into a gun shop and say, I want to buy this weapon, and they cannot ask any questions because I have the right to bear arms. I have the right to have self-defense.
That is as long as you're not. Well, then it's a moral issue.
No.
If you're threat,
a right is a right, and a right. Okay, let's do a little exercise. How does a man on a desert island have no rights?
Okay. Wait, he has whatever rights he says he has.
No, he has no rights.
Hold on a minute.
The reason why he has no rights is because every right has a corresponding duty and obligation. If I want to be able to speak freely without being censored, that means I now have to respect your right. That is my corresponding duty and obligation. Okay. And so therefore, if you don't have any duties and obligations, you have no rights. Okay. And that's the basic premise. When you're talking to legal scholars about rights, a right has a corresponding duty
Wait
and
a minute.
obligation.
Did you when they put you on that watch? Did you voluntarily or involuntarily go that route?
Voluntarily.
Then you gave up your rights. You did. They didn't take them away from you. That you gave them your rights.
So
That is the framework of the law.
hold on a second. Let's follow the bouncing ball logically. In order to be able to save my life because I was in a critical situation, that this was my only option left because I couldn't get in any other way. After spending 5 days shitting and puking my guts out in a fucking hotel room, I was broke. All right, and I couldn't go out because it was a ridge line. It was fucking dry, and I couldn't. I couldn't keep going, and I couldn't stay in town, and so on and so forth. So I used my last viable option. So you're telling me that in order to survive one day, I have to give up my right of self defense for the next 5 years?
People do all the
Why?
time.
Why should I have to? Why
People
should I
do
have
all
to?
the time.
No. But see, this is the thing that. So when I was in LA, I came across an undercover cop, and he identified.
We also need to throw this out there because it's not entirely when you say 5 years and stuff, and it's probably not going to be that long because like I said, that was something the Democrats put in place to stop people from getting. They looked for every way possible to remove your rights. Okay.
Yes,
Now hold on a minute. We're getting there. All of that is being dismantled. All of that framework is being dismantled. Right now, there are activists in courts that are working on, and they're saying that health diagnosis, mental or otherwise, should not automatically disqualify citizens for exercising their Second Amendment right. As a result,
that's gonna fuck a lot of things up.
as a result, many states provide a formal petition process to restore your rights. All you have to do is go to that state and say, "Look, I was sick. This happened. This is why," and you will have your rights restored, and you're good to go.
Oh, and with what just happened to me in Missouri, that may also bar me.
Well, I mean, if you're there's a whole thing. You would be looking under.
But here's the thing: to have my rights restored. Okay, you.
Well, I'm telling you the process for it.
Yes, but the thing is you got to understand what a right is, so that you understand what a privilege is.
Well, if you're
If you understand
arguing,
the right,
if
you
you're
understand
arguing
you got
all
privileges.
this,
You don't have rights.
if you're arguing all of this with the people that's going to give your rights back, then you don't want your rights. That's what I tell people. That they have a framework in place for you to follow to get your rights back.
To ask for permission. To ask for permission for something that I already had
To make
right
sure
to do.
to make sure that you're no longer like that.
No. It's to
Yeah.
make sure that I can conform to the state and what the state wants. It's created by the state for the benefit of the state. You're no longer a danger to the state, because the second you start saying, fuck the government, da 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 da, they could throw you in a nut war.
And as for a felon, people with misdemeanors can have guns. The only people that can't have guns, and there's a thing in there that counters this, are individuals that plan to hurt other people. If you are a threat to society, you don't care about the Constitution. If you're a threat to, whatever, and you intend to use that weapon to hurt somebody
Not necessarily.
else. Well, if you have been arrested for a felony charge, and especially if that felony involves the use of a weapon, then you are most likely to use a weapon once again. That is a statistical fact.
Do you know where Title 18 comes from?
I think I'm looking at it.
But do you know what inspired it?
Not sure. I can look it up.
This is directly from Lee Probst, which I trust him more than I trust anything else I read, because of the case law I looked up. Essentially, with this, in 1917, the Trading with the Enemies Act was amended. No, the 1917 Trading with the Enemies Act was amended in 1940 to include U.S. citizens. Okay, so by including U.S. citizens as enemy combatants, they were therefore able to create the criminal code. And there are actually people, and I know of factual stories that this has happened. There are people that have gotten out of prison by using the argument that they are not an enemy of the state. Once they prove that they're no longer an enemy of the state, then they get released from jail. The reason why the enemy of the state can even keep going and why U.S. citizens can be included is because during the Civil War, Congress declared war on the rebels, even though they really didn't want to. But they declared war on the rebels anyways because that was the only way they could raise the army. And they
I'll
never
have to go and
declared
look all that up.
peace.
I'll have to go and look all that up. I don't.
Yeah, they never
I mean,
declared peace.
yeah, that's going into the whys and how, and I mean, I'm going into a why here, and I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that bit of cohesion with that. I'm sure that there was stuff made for certain
Well, hold
degrees,
on.
and
The
well,
the
I mean,
the
still, I mean, it's just the way it is. If it's in case law, then what you're saying is accurate. But I need to look into it. Um,
Yes, but here's the context to look at it in. Congress declared war. Congress is required to declare peace. Robert E. Lee only signed a ceasefire. He signed a surrender. Congress never moved us into a state of peace. So we went from martial law to martial rule, which means hostilities were over, but there was still tension within. And so, because Congress never moved us from the state of war back, the federal government has been in a continuous war with its own citizens.
maybe we're looking at the wrong different thing. I'm looking at Title 18. It started in July 1956.
Yes, but yeah,
You said
of
18.
course, it was amended in 1940. Though it takes a minute for laws to be written, and Title 18 was a big fucking project. It was a whole title. It's a whole section of law. It was the criminal code.
Well, I mean, they put in things. Yeah, I mean, because people committing crimes and they need to figure out how to deal with those crimes. Just like there are people committing internet crimes now and they're having to rewrite versions of various things. I mean,
Yes, but
yeah.
what? Okay, so in the Constitution, you're stripped of your rights as a felon. Okay, but look at what a felony was back then, and look at what a felony is now. By being as an enemy of the state, you're committing a felony. Okay, so if you are an enemy of the state, you're committing a felony. And so anything from whatever the states decides you're the enemy of. So in 2013, Obama said that guys like me are now labeled as paper terrorists. And so therefore I could end up in Gitmo if I don't watch my P's and Q's and what I say and how I act. Because even though I was part of that group, I was part of the successful section of the group, not the tools that were frontline fodder for the fucking media.
I wouldn't say I was successful. I wouldn't say anything successful unless I actually win. Well,
Oh, I
yeah,
did win. I've got gag orders on me.
well, I mean, yeah, but you're still not. You didn't
I
achieve.
won.
You didn't achieve. You didn't
How
achieve.
did I not
You
achieve?
didn't. If you were still that or whatever, and then you'd still be that, and you would be, you would be.
I stopped because people were misusing the shit that I was giving them.
Yeah,
We talk about.
but see, that's not kind of how it. I mean, I mean, whatever. It's like when they take and they remove certain restrictions. It's like on YouTube. You have a channel that's up and they demonetize you. Well, they're not. They want you to shut up about what you're talking about. They want you to stop talking about what you're talking about. So they demonetize you because you're not getting paid. So you're not having any incentive to put those videos out and to talk about those things. And eventually your content will slow down and these channels slowly dry off and disappear unless they figure out some other way to succeed. And they can they will pass laws that will cause these groups and things to dry up and implode in on itself and whatnot, and they start to look crazier and crazier and crazier, and then you turn the more people that turn against a group or organization or idea, the less of a chance that it will have to succeed in the overall broader scale of everything. I mean, it's just like a cult.
I can give you my resume. I mean, I can tell you everything that I've done.
No, I mean, I believe you. I mean, I'm just
just
saying,
like I'm not. I did have quite a bit of success. I only got my ass kicked once, so I actually consider that good because it was a perfect learning experience. It was the when I told you I moved the court into admiralty.
Yeah.
I this is why you don't regurgitate what somebody else says. It's why you got to go learn it on your own. That's the reason why the free man movement got such a bad name, is because a bunch of people were going in there and going, your birth certificate's a bun, you got free money. And a bunch of greedy, retarded, stupid pieces of shit decided to fucking start doing accepted for value and sending off birth certificate bonds and fucking doing a statement of rights and all that. They were just tools. Somebody told them to do this to sell them a program so that they could make money, and they called themselves free men, and it fucking ruined it for the rest of us.
Well, everything eventually becomes scams. You might have a great idea and it turns into a scam, or it turns into some version of it, just like crypto. But anyway, guys, I got to pee, and that is tonight's show. Thank you for being around for both of them. We will talk tomorrow. Maybe we'll do another twofer. You up for a twofer for Sunday?
Yeah, I am. I mean, as long as I've got the energy, I'm more than willing to go.
All right. I'm definitely over. I should have knocked it out. But I wish I brought more stuff about the Liver King to the table, but at least more people know about him and the other topics that we covered tonight.
Well, it'd be really good for, because you keep talking about the variety with your algorithm. I mean, we had a pretty good conversation about rights in the Constitution. You could throw that in there too.
I don't like talking. I mean, we'll see. I don't know how it will happen tomorrow or tonight. But we'll see.
No, I was just talking about for tonight's title. You might if you want to add on to the title.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
Like I said, Liver King and the Constitution. Oh, yeah, that'll work. I will.
Yeah. I got to be very careful about what I talk about, though, when it goes on that. So some things I may just need to just shut up. And it's like I don't mind it coming up in passing, but I don't want to do a dedicated show to, like, especially with the stuff that I can talk about.
All right, man. Well, we will talk tomorrow. I'll give you a call probably early when I get up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because tomorrow's mine and Sam's day, so we're just going to be meandering around. I'm going to take her to the dog park, most likely.
Okay, cool deal. All right.
All right, talk to you later. Bye.
All right, bye. Bye, guys.